I think Tsegofatso wanted to get something in there as well.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to ask the question. Dr. Taylor, my question is, how has your research on education evolved over the years?
Well, some would say it hasn't evolved at all. I'm still obsessed with the same things. You know, it's teacher education, really. You can't teach reading if teachers don't know how to teach reading. And, you know, it all rests with the teachers, actually. These fundamental, foundational disciplines that we need to get into our kids before the end of grade 3. So, yeah, my research interests, they've changed a bit in the sense that, you know, I used to work a lot with schools because all the donors wanted to work with schools and improve the quality of schooling by improving the functionality of schools. And so we had a large number of huge projects funded by these international donors and the South African corporate community again. You know, after JET, the next big intervention of the business sector was the Business Trust, which was R1 billion that they put into developing schools and other parts of the education and training system. But yeah, so there were these huge school development programs, and JET had one from the Business Trust that we implemented, and it was quite successful. But you know, school development depends essentially on teachers. So, you know, you can improve the management of schools, and we never managed to do that adequately because that's a political problem, actually. We began to realize that, you know, the way the civil service is managed is critical to the functionality of institutions like schools. And that's a political problem in South Africa. Our civil service is not well managed at all, and we won't get into the details of that. We know all about the corruption and all of that stuff, the nepotism, etc., etc. That's a separate problem. But back to schools. Even if we could improve the management of schools, if teachers don't know how to teach reading, you're not going to improve reading outcomes. So, you know, my focus shifted from in-service training because I began to realize that, you know, once teachers are working, they're busy individuals. They're highly busy. I mean, you know, you get most women rushing home from school after work to do a bit of shopping, to cook for their families, etc. They're busy. Besides that, a lot of teachers are, you know, kind of past the optimal age for learning, you know, which is really from childhood up till about early 20s, and then you start, your ability to learn starts falling off a bit. So I began to realize, well, in-service training can only achieve very little, actually. Let's go to pre-service training. So yeah, my attention has shifted quite significantly to look at pre-service teacher education. And that's my current obsession, really.